caller who called before is right. Okay, if either one of these guys get hurt, he or Jennings, then the defense is going to be hurt again. Mm-hmm. So they can't afford to get hurt. I like Jennings; he wears pads. Mm-hmm. Okay, but I like Terrell Lewis. But I'm telling you, brother, protect yourself. Then you can play with even much more confidence.
Now,
all right.
Now, tell me this. Now, when you look at Tua Tagovailoa, are you appreciating what is going on right now from an overall perspective? Because I don't think we're ever going to see another quarterback come through Tuscaloosa that can deliver the football with the poise that Tua Tagovailoa does. I know a lot of it, a lot of it is the receivers, a lot of that is Tua, but I mean, what he's doing from an overall perspective, I mean, this is historical stuff that we're watching weekly.
I agree 1,000%. And also what I will say is, now we may see it again. Because if you notice, if you look at something called the 100th monkey effect, anytime one thing is done, you have other people who want to replicate that same thing. Now, the only person who could come close, he will challenge himself just by the nature of his DNA, and that's his little brother. Yep. He may want to do more than Tua ever did, and we may see it again. But you're right; this is a once-in-a-lifetime talent. A lot of people weren't around to see Muhammad Ali in his heyday. Mm-hmm. I was. Mm-hmm. I tell the people who didn't see it, you will never see anything like that again. Yep. Okay, Tiger Woods. Okay, for what he was, Michael Jordan. Mm-hmm. That kind of thing comes. You're right. Maybe once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you happen to live 100 years, you may see it.
Yep.
All right, but you're 100% right. Now, like I said, the only thing that I could see is the younger brother may want to emulate his brother enough. Because if you notice, since Odell Beckham made a one-handed catch, every receiver from high school to podunk to wherever is trying to make a one-handed catch. That's the 100 monkey effect. People want to emulate what they see. Now, but if his brother wants to do as good as Tua, if he wants people to admire him, he's going to do everything he will give it his best. Now, whether he was blessed with that DNA, I don't know, but we will see. That's the best opportunity for us to see it again.
Now, this is the thing that I've found, and I've covered sports for a long time. I've covered football for a long time. The younger brother, and I know Tua has set the bar extremely high, and you're probably not going to agree with this, a lot of you out there. The younger brother, they're usually better athletes for whatever reason, and I think it's because the bar is set, so the younger brother has to go out and get it and prove himself. I don't know how good Taulia is going to be when he comes to Alabama next. I mean, he's already here, but when he's really fighting for a spot to take over the starting quarterback position, I'm curious. I know a lot of you have mentioned, and you out there living in L.A. would know about Bryce Young being out there. I mean, he's a very talented quarterback that's going to come in next year. So you're going to have this quarterback room. Bryce Young coming in as a highly talented quarterback from the California area. You're going to have Mac Jones. Who Nick Saban has liked as the number 2 quarterback. You now have Taulia Tagovailoa, and then there's a quarterback that we haven't talked about. That's Paul Tyson. He's a big pro-style quarterback. I'm curious to see what happens in the quarterback room next year for the Alabama Crimson Tide. You got to think whoever doesn't win that spot, there could be a couple transfers in that quarterback room. I'm kind of curious to see who it will be.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be Tua's brother's name? What's his name?
Taulia.
I don't think it'll be him. I like the fact that, and I, living out here in California, I know a lot of Samoans, and they're very traditional. Mm-hmm. Okay, their word normally is their bond, unless you break it with them. Mm-hmm. Okay, and so I think he's going to stay there and stick it out. Now, what I do like about Saban, and what I love what he did for Jalen Hurts, is that Saban is loyal. If you've been loyal to him, he's going to be loyal to you. So Mac Jones. Mm-hmm. Probably will be up in his senior year to have a chance to lead that team unless he screws it up. Mm-hmm. All right, he will. He's paid his dues, and that's the problem we have in society right now. People don't want to stick around long enough to pay their dues, and when they paid their dues, we got people that don't want to pay them off. Yep. All right, but that being said, I think that because Mac Jones is ahead of everybody else, and he stayed there and he stood the test of time, he will get his chance to lead that team.
Yeah.
Until he proves he can't lead it anymore, then Saban will look for who can do that. So I don't I think we're going to be safe with that, and then we'll have
Taulia.
Mm-hmm. We'll have Taulia, and that will be great. And then I think it's going to be a battle between Paul Tyson, and that new kid from out here.
Bryce Young.
All right?
Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young. So, but, right now, I think Paul Tyson, being the fact that he's Bear Bryant's grandson, I think he want to stick it out. I think he want to stick it out to his senior year. But Saban, what I do like, he's going to play the best. Okay, it's about winning. And really, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Well, tell me this.
Go ahead, sorry.
I want you to call in again because I appreciate the call. I think you brought a lot of validity with your comments. So call again. I know you've been watching. I appreciate the support. I don't know if you knew this, but I used to live in Los Angeles myself. I lived in Redondo Beach. I used to work in Torrance, so I definitely got love for the state of Cali. And right now, Alabama definitely treated me good. But thank you so much for calling.
Boy, let me say something real quick. You don't know I was born and raised in Alabama.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, we switched.
Well, no, I'm switching back.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
As soon as I can get home, I'm gonna get home. But the point is that let me tell you something. I wore a hat the other day to a play.
Okay.
And all I had was a white hat with a red elephant on it. Oh. And out of the entire all the people at the play, only one person was able to recognize that. And as I was leaving the play, I heard someone say "Roll Tide." That's the kind of respect.
Yeah.
That's the kind of respect.